right, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, thank you for joining us another edition of SOW News here in Rochester, New York. I'll be your host and priest, Zion Allah. To my right, we have
Shaquat Gabar.
All right, and to my left, we have
Kadash Kawal.
All right, so, we're here to bring news to you directly with a biblical perspective. Today, we're going over a topic of the sister in Syracuse. Right? And the situation was she got a little rowdy in Walmart. Right?
I got 90 in this. What you gonna fucking do right now? They kill my sister, hurt my sister.
Right, as the video was gonna show, where I guess she was walking in, and her sister got jumped a few days before, right? Jumped a few days before, and they seen the person that did it. So now we pick up the video and we see when the police officers came in.
Right.
And the reason why we're going over this topic, I know it's old, but it's still relevant to today. Right? Because our people are dealing with the same situations. We're dealing with the spirit of road rage. We're dealing with, he's not going to talk to me that way. And we see the result of what's going on. So we're going to dive into this a little bit with this topic. But the first scripture I want to go into is, let's go to Baruch 3 and 8 real quick. Let's go to Baruch 3 and 8, because a lot of brothers and sisters, right? A lot of Israelites, a lot of just melanated people in the land, Black, Latino, Native Americans, we have an outlook in this land that we live in as if we have rights. Or we walk around as if we have, what's the word? Authority. No, not authority. Entitlement. We're entitled now for everybody to treat us the right. This is my God-given right. And we need to bring back to our people's mind and really understand where we're at. Because brothers and sisters, this is not a vacation. We weren't brought on ships here to America to live lavish and to live our best life off the EBT. Right? And what is it? Subsidized living. Baruch chapter 3 and let's read verse 8. Yeah, read verse 8.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
This is what we're in, captivity. And when you see the sister, and I get it, the reason why we're touching on her too is because she has the fringes on, so it seems like she has recognized she's a Hebrew Israelite. She's putting off the old woman, right? Putting off those old ways, the old ways she thinks. But it's like you're moving around not as if you're in captivity. Now, I'm not saying we gotta be scared, but you can't say and do whatever you want to. Because we watched the video when she first pulled up. What was she doing? Speaking opprobrious words. These rude words, these F you. Like, what is going on, sis?
Agitatory words.
You said what?
Agitatory words.
Yeah, you agitating, you setting fire, you adding logs to the situation. But I want to come here just to set the tone. It's like, we're not where we think we are. Read it one more time.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Come on.
Where thou hast scattered us.
Go ahead.
For a reproach. And a curse.
And for those that know the scriptures and may know Israelite history, is that we were rebellious. Not only during the time of Adam, during the time of Moses, during the time of the judges, during the time of the kings, to where the Most High said, listen, I got to scatter you now. I got to now really give you a way to learn your lesson. It says he scattered us for a reproach and a curse. Go ahead.
And to be subject. To payments.
We're subject to payments here in America. Come on, man. Yeah, all the beat downs, Rodney King. Our brothers and sisters, man, that was hung. Our Native American brothers whose land was stolen from them. Alcohol forced down their throat. We're here for payments, man. And it's sad because I get it. Our people want to live a better life. They want to be respected. But to get respect, you have to give respect. And when you are in a land that you have no authority over, you're going to get treated exactly like we're seeing on this video.
Take off
Because that's our system. Getting punched out, right? Getting yoked up, slam. You see the sister. I don't want to. We got to touch on the video, but you see the sister with the cop got the hand on the belly. She was month pregnant. Wow. Yeah. But if you was a month pregnant, you wouldn't have been moving around like that. If you were, thinking in your right mind, you wouldn't have been using those agitory words to a officer, right? To individuals that we know already that's quick to do what? Pull the trigger, quick to beat you down. They don't care about you pregnant.
No.
That's why he put his hand on it. It's crazy, but it's the same thing with what was his name, George Floyd, and he had his foot on his neck, basically suffocated. Right. But that's the point, though, is that we think that we have a right, and we see that the so-called law enforcement do not care about us. But we see why, because the Most High put us in an arena, in a country where we're here for patience. We're here to learn how to do things the right way, how to speak the right way, how now to operate right in the right spirit, so the Most High can redeem us. We're subject to what payments in the past due bill that we have on our ass whooping. Right? Let's finish this. Come on.
It says, according to all the iniquity.
Go ahead.
Of our fathers.
Right, and that's what we're here now serving out. We're serving out like a prison time.
Right.
So what does that mean? In prison, you gotta have what? Good behavior. So we think we can go against the wall. Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want to.
No.
Man, this is the reason why we're in a situation. This is just one of many. But it says that for all the iniquities of our fathers, go ahead,
which departed from the Lord our God.
Right, and I just wanted to set the tone with this scripture, is to bring back to mind for brothers and sisters, we are here in captivity.
Right.
This is not the oasis, right? Everything is lovely and beautiful. We have to be very watchful on now how we interact and how we act and what we speak to individuals that were actually created for what? To punish us. And that's the point. The so-called white man was sent upon us to punish us. Just to bring out this point, we're here for punishment, right? Who's going to be the punisher of our people? That was Psalm 73, right? About so yeah, we're going here to Psalms 17, right? In verse 13. Where we at? Verse 13. To show, yes, we're here in captivity to be punished, but who's the punisher? Who's doing now the works of the Lord to now put these strokes on Israel to wake up? Right? So let's read this.
This is Psalm chapter 17, verse 13.
Go ahead.
Arise, O Lord.
Read.
Disappoint him.
Right.
Cast him down.
Right, and this is David speaking, right? And we knew, right? Go back, right? This is David speaking, and we knew that David understood how the Most High operated, right? How his spirit worked in the earth. So it says, disappoint them, cast them down. Go ahead.
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
So he knew that there were wicked in the land, but not only did he know that, what also did he know about the wicked? Go ahead.
Which is thy sword.
Which is what?
Thy sword.
So we see that the Most High uses the wicked, aka Esau, right? That wicked son to do what? To do his bidding, man. To do now his punishment. Oh, this man need 30 days in isolation. Go get him. That's Esau going to get him, man. And when we see Jake day to day, we see just different videos of Esau going up in the house and serving warrants. Man, they busting down doors. They don't give a dog. They throw you to the court. They don't care. So, this has to be brought to our mind to say, okay, we're here in captivity, and there is a person here to punish us. You got to be very watchful of that. And I get it. Again, the entitlement. The entitlement only got the sister what? Punched in the throat. That entitlement, that mind only got her now hurt and pain.
She misunderstood the balance of the scriptures. It displayed in that moment. And she lacked the understanding. And the interesting thing about what you were saying is that when you look at the interaction between us and the nation, there are servants. But now the servants are over us.
There we go.
These servants are a reflection of how we deal with the Father. So now he's put them over us.
Are you talking? Right. Disrespect. Highly disrespect.
Look, this is what y'all do. This is what y'all look like. Y'all overstep the balance with me. So now I'm gonna make an earthly reflection so y'all can see ourselves.
There we go.
That's crazy. Just what you were saying was right on point.
That's heavy. But Israelites, brothers and sisters of the faith, we don't see that. We just see it as I'm God's chosen children. and you need to treat me right.
No.
No, the Most High is trying to get you to treat him right.
Right. he's using these nations, which is the sword,
right,
to teach you that. So it's right on point what you're saying.
Right. Ultimately, being in captivity,
right?
You know, the position that we in, we're supposed to be humble. You know, so the whoopers is to humble you. The sword is to humble you.
Right.
You know, but we stuck in, you know, being God's chosen people, being the so-called supposed to be the rulers of the earth. You know, we don't think like I'm a humble right now. You know, I'm gonna be prideful. I'm gonna be loud. I'm gonna be disrespectful to you because this is my earth. The earth was made for me.
Right.
So that's the
I'm the original man.
Right.
I'm the black man.
Right.
Talking like a king, but not thinking like
not thinking like a king. Right.
Yeah, say that's low.
Talking like a king, but not thinking like a king.
Come on, man. And things are methodical. They're patient.
Right.
They examine. You know, they get understanding, and then they do what? They make their move.
Chess pieces. Man, it's potent what you're saying, man. Because it's so prevalent. Because that sister was acting more out the spirit than the sister that don't even know the knowledge.
Right. And just to let brothers and sisters know, we're not justifying the actions of Esau. We're not, you know, we don't want to see the pain of our brothers and sisters, but we do have to look at these incidences and make a conscious spiritual effort to recognize, man, how to not to be in those situations.
Right.
Like how to teach our children how not to get caught up by the punisher, right? By the wicked.
Right.
Got one for you.
Where you at?
Proverbs 19:19.
Right. Okay.
And just on what you're saying, it coincides right with it. You
right.
know?
Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 19. It says, a man of great wrath shall suffer punishment.
You see that? And that sister acted out of wrath, so she was suffering punishment. And the Most High, He doesn't want us to operate in the spirit of wrath. So what's going to happen to us? He's going to show us the repercussions of our actions, and that's what we're talking about here today. It's not to justify Esau. We know what type of spirit Esau has on the nations, but we're trying to explain when we operate in the same spirit that they operate in, the Most High is bound to punish us. And it goes on to say,
I got you. It says, for if thou deliver him,
because the Most High could have saved her in that moment.
Yeah.
What lesson would she have learned that about her spirit? What lesson would she have learned about what she's doing wrong and how she deals wrong? Let's say she's a married sister. We don't know her, right? True. So we don't want to make those assumptions. But let's give a scenario. If she's a married woman, she's dealing that spirit right there in that moment.
Right.
She has to be doing that same thing at home. She has to be doing that same thing at home with whoever.
Right.
Maybe with her kid. So that spirit doesn't just shut off when you're dealing with Esau.
True.
It goes home to your kids. She might be talking to her son like that, like he's a bugaboo, right? A nobody.
Man.
Like he's that's what happens with our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters as well.
Yeah.
The mothers deal with the sons as if they're little girls, and then they end up growing up being sensitive. Yeah. Right? And Judah does that too in different ways, but it all leads to this sensitive emotional path, and it's dangerous.
Right.
Because it's belittling. Is what she does. So the Most High had to check her in this moment and show her that. Because if He just delivered her, then what would she have done again?
It says, yet thou must do it again.
Because she would fall right back into that same behavior.
Yeah, she wouldn't have recognized the mercy. She wouldn't have recognized that the Most High was actually giving her the opportunity to do what? Do it right.
Yeah. So and that's the pertinence of what you were saying, man. It was right on point. So,
Yeah. Sure. Just on that point, Galatians 5 and 16. That's why it's important, you know, especially when you know the knowledge, you know, to be mindful of the Most High. He'll put the punishment on you.
Right.
Galatians 5 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit.
Right. It's always important to walk in the spirit once you know this knowledge. You know, you gotta be wise, you gotta be circumspect, you gotta understand the time that we living in. You know, scriptures say the days are evil.
Right.
So that's why it's always important to recognize and be aware and walk in the spirit.
And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
And the lust of the flesh in that moment was her pride, you know, was her tongue. You know, she wanted to get off what she wanted to get off. She didn't want to go down and submit to.
I gotta let you know how I feel.
Right, exactly. She wanted to let him know how she felt, and you know, say the things she wanted to say, act out of character, you know, on camera. You know, showing a bad example of our people and how an Israelite is supposed to act.
Right.
Yeah. So
read on.
That's it on that.
Right. You know, and man, you know, unfortunately, you know, that she had to go through that.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, it had to happen for us now to see and to understand, you know, what time we're in.
Yeah.
It's not no time to play, man. It's not no time where you think you can just act as ever you want to, say whatever you want to, and there's no repercussions.
Yeah.
Let me just touch one more just on the spirit of the land that we're in. Deuteronomy 28:49. Deuteronomy 28 verse 49. You know, for brothers and sisters. And again, for those that are new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. We're going to have many more videos coming. You know, to keep our people in tune with what's going on in the land, you know, from a biblical perspective. So we are at Deuteronomy chapter 28, and you can go ahead and read verse 49. Go ahead.
Sure. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
Come on.
As swift as the eagle flies.
Right, so we know now we have a description of this nation as swift as the eagle fly. The Romans, the Greeks, aka America. Right, this Greco-Babylonian society, Romanistic society, where they don't care about the inhabitants. They care about themselves, right? But what about this spirit of this nation? Go ahead.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
You're not going to understand. We weren't going to understand their language. Go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance.
And this is the point. Fierce countenance. They have pure anger. They don't care. It says fierce countenance. This is a people that have been killing and slaughtering as soon as they were able to. Right? You heard Esau back in the day. Oh, I'm gonna kill Jacob. Ready to slaughter his own brother. Right? Because of his laziness. Go ahead.
It says, which shall not regard.
Go ahead.
The person of the old.
And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing this officer. You know, she did a slight bite. It looked like, right? It looked like she went down to, you know, get a little skin. And his face automatically snapped. When I seen it, I said, yeah, that's that fierce countenance act, because he didn't even consider us a woman.
No.
A lot of times, let's say somebody bites you, and they're like, hold on, you push him off or something, right? You may slam him down. Man, this man cocked back like a shotgun and busted her in her throat. It's unfortunate, but it's because they have that natural fierce countenance in their spirit. Go ahead.
Nor show favor to the young.
They don't care about the young. That's why they killed Tamir Rice. He had a water gun, a toy gun, and you have men with bombs on them, with so-called, you know, possible pistols on them. And what happened? They lowered the situation. They brought up the what do they call it? The Buffalo shooter. No. They call it the person that calms down the situation.
Mediator.
It's like a mediator, negotiator. Right? Mr. Tom White, please relax, calm down. Man, they lit Tamir Rice up like a Christmas tree. But why? It's because they don't care about the youth. So how much more even women? And this is why we're bringing out this video, is to show our, not only the brothers, but also the sisters. You got to be very mindful how you're moving in this society. You got to be very mindful in this European society, in this Greco-Roman society, how you're talking. Listen, the clothes that you wear. Because we see that it's affecting you. He did not care that this woman was a woman of the Lord, as we see with the fringes on. You know, again, we don't know who she is. Right? But her and her sister, you know, got beat up as if they were not women. These men are overly aggressive. But we see why, though. Because now they call that to them through what? Their actions. They called it through. They called it to them through now their words.
And I'll just add one just on what you was saying. It's the editions of Esther in the Apocrypha.
So we're in Esther's in the Apocrypha?
Yes, sir. So Esther in the Apocrypha, chapter 14, verse 13. So this is the spirit she should have been in, you know, but she wasn't in that mode. She wasn't in that mentality, and she wasn't thinking, you know, so she got caught in the trap with the lion, with the beast.
Alright, so we're at Esther's 13 and 14?
14 and 13.
Esther's 14 and verse 13. Give me eloquent speech.
She wasn't thinking about that. She wasn't thinking about being eloquent in her speech. Because think about it. This is our sister, her sister, Esther, in the midst of captivity with the Persians. Just like we're in the midst of captivity with the Romans, which is an extension of the Greeks, which is Babylon, right? Spiritually.
Indeed.
And so she wasn't thinking about what Esther was thinking about. Esther was in the spirit.
Right.
She wasn't in the spirit.
And this is why she had favor.
This is why she had favor.
Right.
Right, and that's what we're trying to establish, how to get favor from the Lord and not punishments. So we're not making it, like we said, we're not making it a justification for Esau.
Right.
But we're trying to highlight what we can do better as a people so that the Most High can shine his light on us.
Come on, man.
Esther was thinking about eloquent speech. Right.
It says, give me eloquent speech in my mouth before the lion.
And what was that Edomite?
A lion.
He was a lion. A nation of fierce countenance.
Crouching.
Ready. Right.
Sipping his coffee.
Right.
Ready for the call.
He was fierce.
Nigga who?
They're always ready.
Yeah.
Right? They suit up for the job.
Right.
They fall asleep in their uniform.
Right.
Right?
Plotting on their beds, man.
Con. They fall asleep in their uniform and they enjoy it. So this is a line. It's not the crouching line like the Most High call it us. We're relaxing.
Right.
This is a line that's ready to prey upon the prey. So she says, give me speech, eloquent speech before the mouth of the lion.
Right. It says, turn his heart to hate. It said, no, turn his heart to hate him that fighteth against us.
Right. So she was telling the Most High to turn that man's heart over so that when she's talking, he can receive the words that's coming out her mouth.
Right.
So that she's not cast down and her neck is slit.
Man. And I like it because again, the example of Esther. You know, who are we trying to emulate? Right? Are you still trying to emulate Beyonce? Right? Are you still trying to emulate Cardi B?
Right.
With that loud Puerto Rican spirit. A lot of Puerto Rican women have that type of spirit on them where I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I don't care the consequences, I'll die for it.
Right.
And we see that you're getting jacked up, but that's not the example that the scriptures is showing as these righteous women were moving.
No, they was meek in their speech.
Eloquent speech.
Right. Eloquent.
Come on, man. Very beautiful.
Man.
Are you done with that one?
Oh, we could finish that.
It says, verse 13. It says, my apologies. It says, him that fighteth against us, that there may be an end of him.
An end of him. So that's what we're trying to see. But there's a behavior that has to happen first before we can see the end of him.
Right.
That Edomite, that Elamite, that Japhite, we trying to see the end of them. Right? Not just him, them.
Right.
So, but we can't see that until our behavior and our thought process changes. You know, and what else does it say?
It says that there may be an end of him and of all that are like-minded to him.
So anybody that's in confederacy with him, so that means just like we seen that Edomite on the video, how he dealt with her, we want to see an end of all those types of Edomites. But we want to see anybody come to an end that thinks and operates just like him. So, and the Most High is showing us she can't get that favor for that to happen if she does not change her behavior, if we don't change our behavior. Right? So just wanted to add that what you were saying. It was right in the spirit of the moment.
Now I like that. That's why let's go here. What does the scripture tell us? Let's go to Proverbs. What does the scripture say? Alright, Proverbs, I think it's 4, right? Go to Proverbs 4, just on that point. We're at Proverbs chapter 4. In verse 2. Yep, there we go.
I got you.
Come on.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 2.
Go ahead.
For I give you good doctrine.
Right. The Most High gives us what?
Good doctrine.
Yeah, good teachings. He tells us now how to act or interact with not only the nations, but with each other. Right. So this is what the Most High is trying to show us for us to be able now to do what? To alleviate the enemy off our backs. Read it again.
For I give you good doctrine.
Go ahead.
Forsake ye not.
Right. We're not supposed to forsake the wisdom, right? The changing that the Most High is trying to show us. But what is the wisdom going to do? Let's jump down to verse 6.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Forsake her not.
Come on.
And she shall preserve thee.
Right. Wisdom's going to save us. Wisdom's going to keep us away from this danger. These moments in time where now we give the enemy the ability to do what? To take advantage of us. Right? Like the scripture says, at least Satan take advantage. There it is. It says, be not ignorant of Satan's devices. And what's Satan's devices? These moments that, he basically tries to provoke us. They want to get a little physical with you. He may say some enticing words that now tries to get you out the spirit. We got to be very mindful of that. And wisdom calls us to calm down and look at the situation for what it really is. Because there's many points, even with this sister, that we can go into. It's like, wisdom would say, again, it says, read that one more time, verse 6. Read that one more time.
Forsake her not.
Go ahead.
And she shall preserve thee.
Right, forsake her not and do what?
She shall preserve thee.
Right, she shall preserve thee. And the point is, wisdom says what? It says, go not after a multitude.
Right.
What is that? It says, oh man. But yeah, the scripture says in Exodus 23 and verse 2. If y'all can give me that real quick. Because we just read in Proverbs 4 and verse 6, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Wisdom will keep you away from harm. So what has wisdom told us through the scriptures? Right? Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 2.
Right, so we're at Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 2.
Come on.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude
Go ahead.
to do evil.
And this is the point.
Yeah.
So what was she doing? She was following her sister that had some drama from the streets. Why is her sister getting jumped in the streets the day before, a week before, and you found the people in Walmart?
Right.
This is chaotic.
Yeah.
But wisdom is telling us, don't even go around, don't be around individuals that are what? That are, go ahead.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
That have that mind to do not mischief, man.
Right.
Right? They got, you an Israelite, you got the fringes on, right? But your sister is what? She's still connected and active in doing that evil. And now the Most High said, okay, well, since you want to be around her, right? Since you want to keep being, close, not saying that you can't call, you can't deal with them, but obviously that situation got her what? Got her caught up.
Right, in the midst of the evil.
The Most High is showing that you shouldn't have been around her.
Right.
Wow.
Right? James 4 and 4.
Wow.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with me? You gonna catch your ass whooping just like she is.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is the wisdom that the Most High gives us through the scriptures to stay away from the harm. So brothers and sisters, we're just trying to show out the scriptures, how to alleviate being in situations like that. So let's jump back to that Proverbs 4 unless y'all had something. Proverbs 4 and verse 6. I want to finish that.
Proverbs 4 and 6.
Right, Proverbs 4 and 6, because there's many points that we can point out that will cause us to rethink how we move, rethink our actions, because your actions have consequences, especially in what? Captivity.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's read this.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Forsake her not.
Go ahead.
And she shall preserve thee.
Come on.
Love her.
Yeah, let your mind meditate on the words. Get some good understanding. Get a relationship. Really vibe and harmonize with the spirit of the Most High. Recognize that, oh, wretched man that I am, I need to be clean.
Right.
I need to learn a new way. Love her. Go ahead.
Love her.
Go ahead.
And she shall keep
Man, she's going to hold you. She's going to now protect you. Wisdom is now going to what? Be a defense. Like it says in Ecclesiastes 6, is going to be that change, right? It's a defense now. Why? Because I'm more now in tune to think before I act.
Right.
You see this? Because one more. What else does the wisdom say? Proverbs 25 and 8. Proverbs 25 and 8. Because we can go through all the precepts to show forth there's a way to handle yourself in this land. Especially when everything is against us.
Right.
Come on, man.
Come on.
McDonald's is against us.
Right.
Burger King. Listen, the clothes is against us. Cali Muscle just dropped about the toilet tissue having enriched bleach in it. So now that's hitting one of our most prevalent blood vessel areas, right? That we can receive now in our body.
Man.
So we know that the enemy, man, is far ahead, man, of trying to catch us in these traps.
Right.
You see this? So what also does the wisdom tell us to avoid these issues? So we're at Proverbs 25 verse 8. Go ahead.
Go not forth hastily.
Look, you hear this? Don't go so you moving rashly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my sister. I gotta defend her.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna treat her like that.
Right.
Do what?
Go not forth hastily to strive.
Right, and it's the problem. You trying to go over there and fight the people that jumped your sister.
Right.
And look what happened. You getting jumped now. Because you meddling in matters that don't belong to you.
Right.
But that's another point. Israel love to be in other people's business, man. And the Most High is checking us because we know that if she was working righteousness, it will bring forth what? Peace.
Right.
Man,
it wouldn't have got you choked out.
Right.
Yes, you might have been under some handcuffs.
Yeah.
But you could have did what? Eloquently got yourself out of that situation.
Right.
Listen, officer, you know, our apologies. We got a little heated during the situation, you know, but these individuals jumped my sister a week ago, and we're a little heated, you know, so it's a little misunderstanding. We would like to press charges against him. But nah, man.
Yeah.
Jake ain't doing that. Eve ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Eve gonna make you know how she feels. And now the Most High, like you said, had to show her how he felt. Because her language should have been different. Right?
Yeah.
Her approach, her discretion should have been more sharpened and in tune at that moment to say, damn, it's the police. This is white America.
Right.
This ain't my land.
Right.
Everything's against me.
Man.
You know, my sister probably smell like weed. Right? That's how I put that on it now.
No.
You know, but
these are things that's concurrent in our community. So it's we may not know the sister directly, but those are concurrent things. And I know he's speaking to her as an example.
Right.
But what you're saying is concurrent to our people.
Right.
This is typically how we make ourselves vulnerable to racism.
Right. Indeed.
Racism and racism is the spirit that's on Esau to punish us when we out the spirit. They're the double leather belt that you had with the metal tip.
Oh yeah,
when he used to whoop you.
Yep.
You know, so
they that switch. Yeah, what is it? The cable cord, the extended cord.
That's what they are. They're that. So those are things that's concurrent with our people, man. If I were to share one, just slide in, come back to this.
It's all linking in.
Isaiah 3:8. You know, because this is what we tend to forget as a people. I'm gonna hold that 25 too.
Right.
Proverbs 25.
Okay.
Isaiah 3:8. Because this is what we tend to forget with what you're saying about not going forth hastily.
Right.
Read that.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined.
Right. That's talking about the northern tribes. Israel, right? The Spanish, our Latin brothers and sisters, and our Native American brothers and sisters, right? The northern tribe, read.
And Judah is fallen.
Is what?
Is fallen.
So the southern kingdom as well. Yeah, they're fallen. So we're in this decayed state, and we forget that we're in this decayed state. This is a verse of what was happening at this time, but it's concurrent to our present situation.
Right.
In a decayed state.
Nothing new under the earth.
Everything's concurrent because of our behavior. Read.
Because their tongue.
Because what?
Because their tongue.
She got rowdy with the officer. She got rowdy with the situation. But like the verse you just was on, she went hastily with her anger. And her tongue started to get her deeper into a ditch. Read.
And their doings.
You know what?
And their doings.
So it didn't stop with her mouth.
Right.
It continued with her actions.
Yes.
I know we're going to put the clip up there. She was kicking. I think she hit the officers of some sort. She bit him.
She was kicking, biting, up kicking, twisting around.
You know, all types of resistance.
Right.
You know? They got to use the word. Their word. Resist. Stop resisting. You did exactly what they want you to do.
Exactly.
Resist.
Yeah. You angry while black. They looking for that.
Right.
They looking for that.
Yeah.
Read.
It says, "In their doings are against the Lord."
But you don't see that you're not using the biblical method. You're not taking the biblical steps to get out of captivity.
That's cold.
And out of a captive state of mind. Read.
To provoke the eyes of His glory.
You see that? Because He's looking at us. He says His eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. So He's looking at every ounce and second of how you live your life.
And that point right there is heavy. It says, "And their doings are against the Lord." She didn't think at that moment that the Most High was not happy with her actions. She felt entitled. The masses, when they look at that, when our people said, "Get off of her," she didn't do nothing. But it's like she's doing everything against what she was told. As Israelites, we have to work on what? Our conversation. We got to work on now how we communicate.
Right.
You see, this is very important because communication was the key here. That was not done properly, unfortunately. And we see the result. So, hopefully that was edifying. Right. Brothers and sisters, Thawada for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Share the video. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be back with another one momentarily. So with that, we'll say shalom.
Shalom.